Hi everyone, I am Al, and we are back this week on T by C to discuss LGBT-friendly counseling. Counseling and therapy in the trans community is fairly difficult to find and to get, purely because being transgender is a lot further down on the list of things people know about than things like being gay or bisexual or lesbian. The T is definitely not a very core component of the LGBT acronym. It is something that people tend to gloss over, and I think that is severely detrimental when you get into stuff like therapy, which a lot of trans people do have to go through to continue on with hormone replacement therapy or SRS. And so finding a trans-friendly therapist is something that a lot of people have to go through and is a big problem. I know I am currently dealing with this problem, and I can only assume that people also have this problem. I think a counselor or a therapist who is well-versed in trans topics, or at least willing to become well-versed in these topics, is a good place to start. I think somebody who knows what they're talking about, or who's willing to go outside of your session and research, is someone that you could feel comfortable being with. Of course, there shouldn't be any sort of transphobic nature. You should be able to be yourself comfortably and state your opinions and state your life, because you are the one who is in charge of your session. You want to be able to go to a counselor or a therapist and leave with something. If you're going to get your HRT letter or just to become more comfortable with yourself, you shouldn't be educating your counselor the entire way. Sure, you can point out a few little key things, because of course counselors are just people as well, but personally I think that if you are trying to get something out of your session, it shouldn't be your job to try and force that. It should be the counselor or therapist's job to help you along your way. And I don't think that's something too much to ask for. I think most people could agree that that's just a basic thing. Of course, therapists, like the ones who try to cure LGBT people, are completely awful. There's no cure for this. There should definitely not be anybody trying to force you into something that you definitely are not or do not want to try to be. And I think it's awful, so definitely do not stick around those people. A counselor that uses general language, like you're like, oh yeah, I'm dating somebody. They're like, oh, are they gay? What is your partner like? Instead of just assuming you're straight or assuming you're gay or assuming whatever gender you are, somebody who is open and leaves you starting off with a blank slate without assuming anything, I think would be a good place to start. This week we are working with Creative Insights and Dr. Lowenthal, who is a very friendly, very nice person who I believe specializes in younger people with youth, and she is very versed in transgender issues. We had a chance to speak with her, and she was very friendly. And I think that a therapist like her is a great place to start. She's located in Southern California, of course, so that might not be an option for a lot of people. But we'll have some links over here, courtesy of the video editors, that will lead to some documents and some internet pages that our research team has found that might help you a little bit. And of course, internet research is great. Google is great. But really what I want to get through this to you guys is just be safe, be careful. Therapy is a great thing, but you shouldn't feel like it's required or feel like who you're going to now is awful and still feel like you should have to go to them. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you again next week. This week we are talking about how to be a good ally. Okay. So you are an ally. You are not a part of the trans community, but you would like to be supportive. You accept us. You think it's a great thing that we are so true to ourselves and whatnot, but you're not quite sure how to be supportive.